Well, I'm having a devil of a time getting these bees photographed. This is the tree they're working. And of course they're working up higher than I can photograph. These tiny white flowers. So I've seen them work holly, so I'm thinking this is a variety related to it. It's got the same small flowers, but it's got the non-pointed leaves. And the bees seem to like it. I don't know. Maybe you can see them flying up there. I don't know. I'm starting to believe it's a misconception that bees, you know, the stereotypical bee on the flower kind of thing is what bees really do. They are in trees. I think it's misconception that bees are on flowers. That's the artist rendition. And bees are really above our heads a lot of the time on trees. And the stereotypical bee on a big daisy or blanket flower is not true. People are talking about pollinator gardens, and they run out and they buy some echinacea, they buy some of the little button flowers, blanket flowers, daisies, asters, bedelia, and those end up being subsistence plants, but what we really should be planting is the trees they like, you know, and the flowers that we see them on the ground are probably their last resort as the tree flow ends for each of the trees, and so all we're doing is providing them snacks in between, and we ought to be planting more trees. And I guess I sound like an Arbor Day advocate, but I think bees are a little bit, they're all like we thought we knew everything about the rainforest, and ends up that all of the life is in the rainforest canopy. Well, what it's looking like is that all the bee activity isn't related all the time to plants at 6 foot and under. It's 6 foot and over. And maybe we've stopped planting trees that benefit them more than we've stopped planting crops or started poisoning the crops. They're going for a perfectly normal tree that was put in before treatments with neonicotinoids began, and now this is what they're feeding on, where if I pan down, I have some lovely echinacea treated with whatever Lowe's and Home Depot like to treat it with, and there ain't a bee on it. This is junk food of the sort that they're not even on. And I have sunflower, so I have a pollinating garden. I have I forget what that one is, and this one was the one that the bees were working on at the home center. This was the only one they were on, so I figured I was a safe bet that I'd have enough good sense to buy a pollinating plant. And again, they've been treated, and maybe they're no longer anything more than junk food. And then I'm getting more hummingbird activity on all these plants than I'm getting bee activity, which is kind of strange to me, considering the stereotypical bee is always shown landing on a giant daisy. So there you have it. My little pollinator garden that doesn't do much for pollinators. Although I do appreciate how pretty they are, and I like hummingbirds too. I got my hummingbird feeder. But the bees are all up here. So this is my bee video for the day here. I was trying to get some macro shots of bees, but they aren't coming down farther than 8 feet high in the air. I'm getting some flies on here too, so I'd love to know what this tree is. from the bee log in South Carolina.